Macca's Guides.
Hey guys, Mac here, continuing on with Murdered Soul Suspect. This is part 4 of the Collectibles series. This is the Ashland Hill Cemetery, which is basically the 4th mission within the game. And very early on, at the very beginning of the cemetery, we will come to a collectible directly in front of us, which is pretty easy, and you'll just want to pick it up. From here, you'll actually have to do a small investigation and kill out some demons. So keep that in mind. I am showing you this second collectible from the previous collectible, but in order to continue, you will need to complete an investigation. So yeah. So you're just going to want to run down and follow the path, stick to your left-hand side, and you'll see a collectible right here up on this hill. Now, if you had a really good eye, you might have noticed that there was a collectible in plain sight from the first area. However, we can't access it until we learn a new ability later on, so we'll have to come back. And just follow the video. You won't have any problems, and it's going to take you step by step in the perfect order. From that previous collectible, continue on through this gate where you will find your third collectible sitting on top of this little ledge. Now drop down the ledge, go forward, and once you drop down, you're going to want to keep following this path that I'm on right now. Once we follow this path a little bit, we will have a short cinematic right here, where you will see the collectible directly in front of me. But before we do that, we're going to want to go to the right hand side into this tomb, and inside the tomb we can find some sprayed graffiti, which is information about the killer. Now go back out the tomb, up the hill where we saw the previous collectible in the cinematic. There's a group of people here talking, as well as a ghost, I believe, and obviously pick up that collectible. It's going to be 5, number 6. Directly to the right of this area, you'll see a gazebo, and within that gazebo you can find, I believe this is the first piece of heirloom, which is the level specific collectible for this level, or artifact, whatever you want to call it. Number 7, be careful with this one. You're going to want to drop off the ledge, but make sure you land beyond that gate. If you don't, you'll have to kind of go up and around again. Follow the left hand side to come into this area. Dropping down from that gazebo is the only way to get into this area properly. Unless you come back here after learning your new ability. But once you come in this tomb, reveal the drawing on the wall. Obviously, use the numbers in the top right hand corner of the screen as I collect items to make sure you are following along in the proper order, as there is no other way to check on collectibles. Get out that tomb and keep following the fence around in this area that's closed off from the rest of the cemetery, and you'll find this collectible here. Again, that little hole in the wall is for the ability that we'll learn later, so you can backtrack, but if you fell down here from the gazebo, you'll have no problem. Go up the hill and fall back into here, which will bring you kind of into the same area we were before. This should look all familiar, and we're actually going to go up the hill this time and keep going. This is the group of people that were talking before. Keep going up the stairs, take a right-hand turn here, and follow along with the story, and you will find your collectible, which is a plaque right there. I believe it's a plaque. Salem's history. Yeah, it's a plaque. From this one, turn left, and you'll see this quarantine zone. This is basically all like a ghost area. So once we're in this quarantine zone, go to the left, and you'll see these stairs where it says recovery. Go up the stairs, which will trigger a cinematic. I'm going to skip it for you guys, but you'll learn a new ability. And once we're out of that cinematic, look directly below you, and you should see the collectible right there. This is right after the cinematic, and drop down in the recovery area to pick this Julius thought up. Now moving on, from this location, look up and across and use your new ability, which is the left bumper, or L1 if you're on PlayStation, to zoom up onto here. Walk down a little bit, you'll get an achievement or trophy if it's your first time doing it. Come up onto here, zoom across the gap, zoom through this open door, then you'll want to do it again right here across. And now once we're on here, do it one more time across, and you'll find this collectible on the second story of this area. You can see a sign on the right hand side of the screen there behind the little notification to tell you exactly where you are. But drop down from this location, and directly in front of me on a bed in the corner, you will find your 12th collectible, which is an heirloom. Pretty easy. From that heirloom, turn around, and we're gonna have to head out of the exit. So you'll see a sign that says exit. How much more obvious could that be? And you'll want to use your ability to get out of here. Now once we're out, it'll trigger a small cinematic in which you see the little ghost girl disappearing. Go down this kind of hallway area and you'll see a gate. If you remove the gate, you'll get an achievement or trophy if it's your first time removing something. If you're following along with the videos, it should be. And you'll find an heirloom inside. Pick that up, and that'll be collectible 13. We're almost halfway done. From this area, turn around and follow along with the story, kind of. Follow the path, and you'll see this staircase. You'll have to go up to it and use your trigger to reveal it. Then you can use it, walk up, and you should find a collectible directly in front of you at the top of the stairs. Again, that one should be pretty easy. Moving on from this one, head back down the stairs that you came from. Follow along with the story, and this one's in plain sight again. You'll see right here, we're just going to be running, and there's a little camera here along with a bunch of people and a ghost. And you can find a collectible at the foot of this small little tombstone. That's going to be number 15. This one is a profile. Now the next one, you're going to have to go up these stairs and then use your power to get through the hole. Now I have cleared out all 3 of the demons, so keep that in mind. There's a little bit of video magic happening behind the scenes where I edit that out for you guys so you don't have to worry about it. But there will be lots of demons here. You'll want to take them out or they will get you, and it can make stuff a little bit confusing with how the collectibles work and stuff. So on the right hand side, on this gazebo on the hilltop with the couple that's cuddling on the tombstone, you can find your collectible plaque just sitting there. And then directly in front of me you can see 2 collectibles. However, I recommend you leave them for a second before we go through this tomb onto the other side. And the reason I wanted to leave them is because they're kind of in the direction of story progression, so I don't want to backtrack and confuse anyone. So go into these ones, and at the very back corner of this area you will find an heirloom which you will need to reveal and then collect. Now you're standing in front of 3 doors, and if you go into the middle door, you'll find a tomb that has a collectible heirloom right there in the middle of it. Again, that's not too hard at all. And now if we run back to where we came from, we're going to pick up those 2 collectibles that I pointed out to you guys but left there. So that's kind of where you're going to need to go for the story, so that should be helpful. If you turn right out of here, you'll see this big hill. You need to progress down this hill for the story. So before we do that, obviously we're going to want to pick up this number 19, an heirloom, and then if we turn slightly to our left, we'll find another heirloom just past this fence. So that should be 20. We're almost done, actually. This is a good part of the level is complete by now. If you go from the previous collectible down the hill, turn left before going all the way down the hill. Run to the end of this area where you can reveal a drawing on this wall. They're very hard to see, so keep that in mind. You're just going to want to park yourself exactly where I am. Now we're going to backtrack to where we came from for the next one. Number 22, go back to the hill. Go all the way down the hill and keep following the path, and this next one you almost can't miss it. It glows super bright yellow. It's right in the middle of your path, and you can see it all the way from where I am right now, just sitting there. So obviously pick that up. The next 3 are actually really easy. So after that one, just follow the path to the story, and you should see the yellow light directly in front of me right now where you can find your next collectible. And if you were to look a little bit to my left, you can see 2 more yellow spots, which are the rest of the 2 collectibles in this little area of the map. There are 3 more that are kind of the backtrack ones, I guess. In a way, they are. If you follow the story, it's going to make perfect sense. So don't worry. If you pick up that heirloom, then pick up this plaque. That's going to be 25. Now you will need to complete a small story section of the game with the little girl, in which point you can, so that's where the tree is where you're going to be doing the story, and at that point you'll spawn here and you can remove this gate. If you zoom across the river, you'll find 1 heirloom here. Continue following along in this area. This is right at the end of the level where we're basically going to be returning to the very beginning. You want to remove the gate right after concluding the investigation with the little girl, Sophia's ghost. and follow along the path here to pick up a Julia's Thought. And continuing on for the last collectible, you're going to want to go across the river, and you will pick up your final heirloom, I believe, which will unlock an achievement for you. If it is an heirloom, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Yep, so that's an heirloom, which will unlock an achievement for collecting all the heirlooms. Now, if you do want to double check your progress, I recommend you check up your progress right now, and it should be something extremely similar to this. You should have 99 collectibles if you were to add up this page. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Click on the screen here for Part 5 Asylum. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you did find the video useful, and hopefully I see you next time. Peace.